America. My name is Dan, and to my right is my lovely wife, Susan.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Such a lovely afternoon with a good look at the sunset over the horizon later. And other important news, director Gage Rodriguez of C.R.A.P. Studios is releasing a new movie soon.
Well, how wonderful.
The movie is called Much Ado About Nothing. This is director Rodriguez's adaptation of William Shakespeare's play, Much Ado About Nothing.
Well, that's just great.
And you know what's even better, Susan? The director is giving us a sneak peek of a scene that's going to be featured in the movie, exclusively on this channel.
Oh, how fun!
The scene that will be shown is from Act 1, Scene 1 of Much Ado About Nothing, featuring Claudio, played by Gage Rodriguez, Don Bejo, played by Gage Rodriguez, Hero, played by Gage Rodriguez, and Benedict, played by... What's his name again, dear?
Gage Rodriguez?
Gage Rodriguez! I knew I would remember it. Now, without further ado, this is Act 1, Scene 1 of Much Ado About Nothing.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonardo? I noted her not, but I looked on her. Is she not a modest young lady? Do you question me as an honest man should, for my simple true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex? No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment. Why, if faith methinks, she's too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too low for a grey praise. Only this accommodation I can afford her. That were she other than she is, she weren't handsome, but being no other as she is, I do not like her. Thou thinkest I'm in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her. Would you buy her that you inquire after her? Can the world ever buy such a jewel? Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow. In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on. I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you? I would scarce trust myself, though I have sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife. 'Tis come to this! Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Look, Don Pedro has returned to seek you. What secret hath you held here that you fall not to Leonardo's? I would your grace constrain me to tell. I charge thee on thy allegiance. Mark you this on my allegiance. He is in love. With who? Now that is your grace's part. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter. Like the old time, my lord, it is not so, nor 'twas not so. But indeed, God forbid it should be so. If my passion change not shortly, God forbid it should be otherwise. Amen. If you love her, for the lady is very well worthy. Speak this to fetch me in, my lord. By my troth, I speak my thought. And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine. And by my 2 faiths and 2 troths, my lord, I spoke mine. That I love her, I feel. That she is worthy, I know. That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake. Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the spite of beauty, and never could maintain his parts, but in the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I will have a reed sheet winded in my forehead, or hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. Because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any. I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for the which I may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I shall see, ere I die, look pale with love. With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love. Prove that ever I lose more blood with love than I will get again with drinking. Well, if thou dost fall from this line of faith, thou wilt prove a notable argument. If I do, hang me in a bottle like a cat, and shoot at me. Well, as time shall try, you will temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, repair to Leonardo's. Commend me to him and tell him I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation. And so, I leave you. My liege, your highness now may do me good. My love is thine to teach, any hard lesson that may do thee good. Hath Leonardo any son, my lord? No child but Hero. She's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio? Oh, my lord. When you went onward on this ended action,
I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant, and the rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hearer with a book of words.
if thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her. I know we shall have reveling tonight. I'll assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero I am Claudio. And in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then after to her father will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
Now, wasn't that just great, Susan? I sure am excited for this movie to release soon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really interesting that this scene gives a lot of information about Benedict as a character.
Like what, Dan?
Well, based on the scene, Benedict seems to be someone who refuses to fall in love. An example of this is in Shakespeare's text, where it says, I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
Mm-hmm.
Another example of this is in William Shakespeare's text, where it reads, because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any, I will do myself the right to trust none.
Absolutely, Dan.
And you know what, Susan? I really couldn't help but notice Claudio's character development in that scene.
Like what, Dan?
Well, for example, Claudio says that when he was in the wars, he liked Hero, but did not strive for love with her. But when he returns, he realizes he is in love with Hero, and wishes for her to be his wife.
Aw, is that how you fell in love with me when you returned from the Navy?
No. Anyway, would you care to tell us the plot analysis of this, Susan?
Gladly. So the plot of this whole scene is to trick Hero by Don Pedro wooing her in disguise of Claudio so that Hero can be Claudio's wife.
And to add on, Susan, this scene is a prime example of deception, which is a common theme in Much Ado About Nothing, when they plan to trick Hero to fall in love with Claudio. So, in simple terms, they try to cheat their way to victory.
You would know a lot about cheating, Daniel.
Well, this wraps up this afternoon's news. Good afternoon, America, and I'll see you soon.